My name's William Ham, and the religion that I chose to study is Shinto, which is the most popular religion in Japan. So, Shinto was the first religion introduced in Japan, and it has spread throughout most of Japan, and about 80% of the population actually practice the teachings of Shinto. The word itself means way of kami, which is their gods, and they aren't in the form of a god, but instead in the form of spirits, and they live inside nature around us. So Shinto hasn't made much of an impact globally, but it has heavily impacted the way of life in Japan. And Shinto is as old as Japan itself, and mostly everyone believes in either Shinto or Buddhism in Japan. Perspective taking, Shinto is much different from the religion that I believe in, which is Christianity. In Japan, they don't believe in one specific god, but instead they believe that their spirits take form all around us in the form of random objects, either living or non-living. So they are much different from many other religions in that they don't have a specific holy book that they base their teachings off, but they do have a book of many myths that they have passed down for many years. They believe that through ritualistic worship, they will be pure and that the spirits will help them in their daily lives if they do good. This religion is very different from other religions because they base everything they do on pleasing these spirits and keeping nature pure. So, Shinto has been around in Japan ever since it started. So, it has been a root of the culture of Japan and has heavily impacted the way that people think. The only other religion that Shinto closely resembles is Buddhism, which also is in Japan, which is much more popular. Buddhism is based on having good karma, which is basically doing more good than bad in your life. Shinto, it's very similar, and they believe that if they do good, then they will be blessed by the spirits that they worship. Shinto has impacted Japanese back to when it was first recorded, and which was in 30,000 BCE, and has shaped it to what Japan is today with the way that they value their lives. So, to me, part of the issue that Shintoism hasn't grown globally is that they don't really have a set amount of rules that they have to follow, and it's changed over time. So, without any guidance of what is right and wrong that many other religions have in some form of religious text, they sort of just blindly follow the way of the kami, which is just protecting nature and doing good in the kami's eyes. So this has caused conflicts with other nations over the years. Japan has had conflicts with the U.S. in past wars, and from their eyes, they weren't doing anything wrong, and they were just pleasing the kami. So yeah. So the basis of Shintoism is that everything before evil was into the world, everything was good, and that the belief is that struggling. This belief is struggling in time because we will always be growing and developing as we advance in the world, and this basically goes against the kami, everything that they follow, because they want to preserve nature as much as they can, and this will just set them back in the long run. So there's really no way for this religion to grow any further from what they are today if they keep their values that they have. Um, the only way I see them advancing is if they tend to think in a different way and bring more social order and get off of the nature aspect of the kami. So the main spirit of kami that they worship is named Amaterasu. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but it's basically their sun goddess and the most popular spirit that they worship. Amaterasu, along with the other spirits of kami, have developed Japan and given them core values to base their lives on. Um, before before this, Japan didn't really have a meaning of life, and both Shinto and Buddhism have helped to grow their culture out based on nature and doing more good than bad in their eyes. So yeah, here's my works cited.